These 20 trees grow fast and give you privacy in record time. Hello, herbalists. What if I told you that you could have complete privacy in your garden in 2 or 3 years instead of waiting decades? Not with an expensive fence that costs a fortune. Not with plastic screens that deteriorate. I'm talking about living walls that grow 1, 2, even 2.5 meters per year. Trees that grow so fast your neighbors won't believe how you transformed an exposed garden into a private sanctuary. Most people assume trees take 15 years to provide privacy. But there are fast-growing species that create a dense and beautiful screen in a fraction of that time. Trees with incredible growth rates, low maintenance, and proven results in creating natural barriers. Stay until tree number 7. It can grow 2.5 meters in a single year. And number 18 has spectacular silvery blue foliage that looks like it belongs in a Mediterranean villa and provides complete privacy in just 3 years. Like this post if you have a garden you want to protect. Subscribe, we post every week. There is an idea that dominates the world of domestic landscaping and that deserves to be questioned. That the only way to have quick privacy is to install a fence. But a wooden fence deteriorates. A metal fence rusts. A tall fence has height restrictions in many municipalities. And a fence will never get more beautiful with age. These 20 trees do the exact opposite. Each year they grow taller, denser, more beautiful, and more effective. And in most cases, they cost far less than a fence. The trick is knowing what to plant, because some trees take 50 years to provide shade, while others can completely block your neighbor's view in just 3 seasons. Today I'll tell you which ones they are and how to use them. This list ranges from impressive to absolutely incredible. 3 things to guide you. First, there's a tree on this list that many homeowners plant as a quick fix while they wait for longer-lived ones to grow. In 3 years, you'll have a hedge between 18 and 24 meters high. The only drawback is that you have to plant it far away from pipes and foundations. When you see it, you'll understand why. Second, one of the trees on this list isn't technically a tree, but it creates the densest privacy screen in less time than any other. And it does so with a visual architecture that garden designers pay dearly for. And third, plant number 18 has such a spectacular silvery blue color that people who enter your garden ask what it is. It grows 3 or 4 meters a year and withstands heat and drought better than almost any other option on the list. Tree 125, the most reliable evergreen screens. Tree number 1, Leland Cypress. It grows 1 meter per year, the ultimate privacy screen, dense, evergreen, and constantly growing. The Leland Cypress tops every list of privacy trees for a very simple reason. It combines speed, density, and evergreen foliage in a way that few trees can match. It can grow 1 meter a year under favorable conditions and creates one of the densest privacy screens available. Once mature, you literally can't see through a row of Leland Cypress. It's like installing a living wall that also happens to be beautiful. In 3 to 5 years, you can achieve a screen that would take 15 years to create with traditional trees. Growth: 1 meter or more per year under ideal conditions. Natural pyramid shape that requires minimal pruning. Tolerates a wide variety of soils. Where to plant it? Ideal for rows along property lines. Plant every 2 meters for a complete screen. Works in most temperate climates. The tree that builds your privacy wall year after year. You just have to plant it and let it do its job. Tree number 2, Giant Green Thuja. It grows 1.5 meters a year. The ultimate low-maintenance screen. Plant and forget. The giant green thuja may be the most convenient privacy tree available. It grows between 1 and 1.5 meters per year, naturally maintains a narrow pyramid shape, and requires virtually no maintenance once established. It is evergreen with deep, glossy green foliage that doesn't turn brown in winter like some varieties. Furthermore, It is naturally resistant to many of the diseases that affect other evergreens. In terms of cost-effectiveness, you plant young trees that cost very little. In 3 years, you have screens of 5 to 6 meters. Compared to the cost of a fence, the economic advantage is overwhelming. Growth, between 1 and 1.5 meters per year. Narrow profile that allows them to be planted close together without taking up too much width. Disease resistant. Where to plant it. Perfect for small plots where width is limited. Plant every 2 meters for a dense screen. Suitable for most climates. Proof that rapid growth does not mean constant maintenance. Tree number 3, Emerald Thuja. It grows half a meter a year, the specialist in tight spaces. Slow but predictable and elegant. The Emerald Thuja doesn't have the explosive growth rate of some other trees on this list, but what it lacks in speed it makes up for in form and reliability. It grows between half a meter and a meter a year with a narrow, columnar profile perfect for small spaces. The foliage is dense and a deep green year-round, without the winter golden tinges that affect some varieties. It reaches between 3 and 5 meters tall, but only 1 to 1.25 meters wide. That's privacy without being intrusive. It's cold-hardy, disease-resistant, and doesn't give any unpleasant surprises. You plant and wait, knowing exactly what you're going to get. Growth, between half a meter and 1 meter per year. Naturally columnar shape, only 1, reaching 1/4 meter in width at maturity. Predictable and without surprises. Where to plant it. The best choice for very narrow spaces or small gardens. Plant each 1.25 meters apart for a solid screen. Very resistant to cold. Sometimes the privacy race is won by those who grow in a more controlled way, especially in small spaces. Tree number 4, Tuya techni. It grows between 30 and 60 centimeters per year, the widest and most robust version. Fewer trees needed to cover more space. The Techni Thuja is the wider, more robust cousin of the Emerald Thuja, perfect for creating larger screens where space allows. It grows between 30 and 60 centimeters per year with a wider, pyramidal shape that maintains a deep green color even in harsh winters. This greater width, between 3 and 5 meters at maturity, means fewer trees are needed for the same coverage. Instead of planting every 1.5 meters, you can space them every 2 meters. Fewer trees to buy, plant, and maintain. Its cold hardiness is exceptional, making it the ideal choice for northern climates where other evergreens may struggle. Growth, between 30 and 60 centimeters per year. Wider pyramidal shape that allows greater spacing between specimens. Exceptional cold resistance. Where to plant it. Best for plots with ample space. Plant every 2 meters. The denser planting also acts as a windbreak and sound barrier. The workhorse of privacy screens. It performs multiple functions while looking beautiful year-round. Tree number 5, Bald Cypress, Taxodium. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The deciduous surprise. Perfect where other trees cannot grow. The bald cypress is the last thing anyone expects on a privacy list. A deciduous tree. It loses its leaves in winter. But before you dismiss it, consider this. Its dense branch structure provides a significant visual screen even when bare. And during the growing season, its soft, feathery foliage creates privacy with a much gentler aesthetic than classic evergreens. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year and has a virtue that no other tree on this list possesses. It thrives where others fail. Waterlogged soil, poor drainage, that area of the garden where nothing else grows. The bald cypress transforms it into a privacy screen. Its autumnal color, a reddish-orange, is spectacular. Growth, between 60 and 90 centimeters per year, especially in moist soils. Natural pyramid shape. The branch structure provides privacy even in winter. Where to plant it. the ideal choice for waterlogged or poorly drained areas where other trees struggle. It transforms a garden problem into an asset. Proof that deciduous doesn't mean ineffective, and that the garden problem can become the solution. Herbalists, we've got five reliable, tried and tested perennial screens. Now come the ones that really grow fast. The ones that transform an exposed garden into something private in just one season. And number 7, the one I promised at the beginning. Trees 6 to 10. Those with explosive growth. Tree number 6, Eastern White Pine. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The natural screen. Privacy that looks like a forest, not a wall. The Eastern White Pine is a classic North American tree that combines rapid growth with an elegant, natural appearance. Its long, soft needles give it a delicate texture despite being a very sturdy privacy screen. It can grow 20 to 30 inches a year and lives for over 100 years, making it a very long-term investment. The key is not to prune the lower branches too early. Allowing them to develop naturally creates privacy from the ground up with a natural woodland aesthetic that many homeowners prefer over formal screens. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. Irregular natural shape that provides privacy without looking like a hedge. Lifespan of over 100 years. Where to plant it? Ideal for those who want privacy with a natural park-like appearance. Do not prune the lower branches to maximize ground cover. Privacy that doesn't feel like privacy. A garden that looks like a forest but acts like a wall. Tree number 7, Hybrid Poplar. It grows up to 2.5 meters a year. Here it is, the fastest on the list. Privacy before summer ends. Here it is, the one I promised at the beginning. The hybrid poplar can grow from 1 to 20 centimeters to 2.5 meters tall in a single growing season. Under ideal conditions with sufficient water and sun, some specimens add up to 2.5 meters in a single year. That transforms a property in 2 or 3 seasons. The drawback: their lifespan is 20 to 30 years instead of the 50 or more of evergreens. Many savvy landscapers plant them as a stopgap solution while the slower-growing trees mature. At their peak, they reach between 18 and 24 meters tall. Not just privacy, a complete visual and sound barrier. Growth between 1 and 22.5 meters per year. It reaches 18 to 24 meters in height and 9 to 12 meters in width. The roots are aggressive. Where to plant it? Plant away from pipes, foundations, and drainage systems. Excellent as an immediate solution while longer-lived trees grow. Not for small plots. Note: the roots are very aggressive. Keep at least 10 meters away from any pipes, foundations, or septic tanks. Pure speed when you need privacy yesterday. Plant in spring, and you'll have screen time before summer's over. Tree number 8, Hybrid Salix. It grows between 1.8 and 3 meters per year. The fastest growing living wall for humid areas. It reaches 6 meters in summer. The hybrid willow takes the natural speed of the common willow and amplifies it. It can grow up to 1.83 meters, 6 feet, a year under ideal conditions. Planting a 2-meter, 6-foot willow in spring and having a 4 to 5 meter, 15 to 16-foot specimen by the end of summer is entirely possible. Its branching is naturally dense, and pruning it to encourage lateral rather than vertical growth results in an even more robust screen. The key is moisture. It thrives in damp areas, near ponds, streams, or low-lying spots with poor drainage. That problem area of the garden where nothing else seems to grow becomes the perfect spot for the fastest-growing screen on the list. Growth between 1.83 meters per year in moist soils. Training pruning increases lateral density. Where to plant it? Ideal for damp areas, pond edges, or poorly drained areas. It can also be maintained as a large shrub by pruning it annually for greater density. Note: the roots actively seek water. Plant away from sewer pipes. The tree that turns the most problematic spot in the garden into the fastest privacy screen. Tree number 9. Virginia tulip tree. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The tree that solves the problem of second floors for neighbors. The tulip tree is a fast-growing deciduous tree that creates privacy through its size and dense canopy. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year and can reach 24 to 30 meters in height at maturity. This makes it perfect for a problem many screens don't solve: neighbors peeking in from the second floor. While most excellent privacy trees work at ground level, the tulip tree creates privacy vertically, blocking views from upper floor windows. The tulip-shaped flowers in spring are spectacular, and the golden yellow autumn color is among the most beautiful of any deciduous tree. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year, reaches 24 to 30 meters. Straight and tall shape perfect for blocking views from upper floors. Where to plant it? For large properties where privacy is desired from above, not for small gardens. It also works as a first-rate ornamental tree. Proof that privacy and ornamental value are not opposing goals. They are the same goal. Tree number 10, silver maple. It grows between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters per year. Shade and privacy at the same time. A canopy that covers everything. The silver maple combines rapid growth with a broad canopy that provides both lateral and overhead privacy. It grows between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters per year and can spread 12 to 18 meters wide at maturity. The dense canopy blocks views from upper floor neighbors, while the lower branches offer lateral privacy. It also cools the garden in summer. The shade it casts can lower the outside temperature by several degrees. The silvery underside of the leaves creates a beautiful visual effect when the wind moves them. Autumn brings a range of colors from yellow to pale orange. Growth between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters per year. Crown up to 18 meters wide. The roots can be aggressive. Where to plant it? For plots with enough space where privacy and shade are desired. The roots are aggressive. Plant away from foundations, pipes, and septic systems. Note: very aggressive roots. Keep a safe distance from structures and pipes. Privacy from above and from the sides simultaneously. And a cooler garden in summer as an added bonus. Stop for a moment, herbalists. We've got 10. And what I want you to take away from these 10 is a simple idea. There is no single perfect privacy tree for everyone. There is, however, the perfect tree for your specific situation. Your soil, your climate, the space you have, and the time you're willing to wait. The next 10 are the ones with the most special characteristics. They solve specific problems that the previous ones can't. And the last 2, numbers 18 and 20, are the ones that surprise people the most when they see them for the first time. Trees 11 to 15, those that solve specific problems. Tree number 11, red maple. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The privacy screen, that is also the star of the garden in autumn. The red maple offers rapid growth with spectacular autumn color, making it a first-rate ornamental tree as well as a functional screen. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters per year and is remarkably adaptable to various soil types, from moist to dry. In spring, it produces red flowers before the leaves appear. In summer, its dense canopy provides privacy. In autumn, it displays one of the most intense colors of any deciduous tree, ranging from red to brilliant orange. Few trees can match the red maple at its peak autumn color. It is the perfect tree for those who want privacy, while also making it the visual centerpiece of the garden. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. Oval to rounded crown that provides good coverage at various heights. Very adaptable to different soils. Where to plant it? It thrives in both moist and dry soils. It can be planted as a specimen tree or in a row. Retaining the lower branches in the early years maximizes ground cover. Proof that functional doesn't have to be boring. Privacy can also be the highlight of the garden. Tree number 12. River birch. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The sculptural screen. For seasons of visual interest. The river birch creates privacy through its distinctive multi-trunked form and its rapid growth of 60 to 90 centimeters per year. The peeling bark, in shades of cinnamon and reddish brown, is visually captivating even in winter when the tree is leafless. The multi-trunked form creates a wider screen than a single specimen. A multi-trunked river birch can span 3 to 5 meters in width. It thrives in moist soil, making that low-lying, poorly drained spot in the garden the perfect location for this tree. The 4 seasons offer different visual interest. Green foliage in summer, yellow in autumn, spectacular bark in winter, and new growth in spring. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. The multi-trunk form covers a wider area than a single tree. It thrives in moist soils. Where to plant it? Ideal for damp or poorly drained areas. A single multi-trunk specimen covers what several other trees need to achieve. A privacy screen that's also a sculpture. For seasons of beauty and a drainage problem turned into an asset. Tree number 13. Sweet gum. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. The vertical screen for large properties. Autumnal color of up to 4 shades on the same tree. The sweet gum creates privacy through its considerable height and dense canopy, growing between 60 and 90 centimeters per year and reaching 18 to 22 meters at maturity. Its star-shaped leaves visually distinguish it from almost any other privacy tree. The autumn color is exceptional, from yellow to orange to deep burgundy, sometimes all 3 on the same tree simultaneously. The spiny seed pods are characteristic, and while some owners find them a nuisance on the ground, they add a unique character. It tolerates various soil types, but grows fastest in moist, well-drained soil. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. It reaches 18 to 22 meters. Pyramidal shape that becomes oval with maturity. Where to plant it? For large properties where vertical privacy is desired, the seed spheres fall to the ground. Consider whether this is a problem before planting. Note: the spiny seed pods can be a nuisance in high-traffic areas. Plant where fruit drop will not be a problem. Sometimes the best privacy strategy is simply height. The sweet gum tree proves it. Tree number 14. Aspen. Populus tremuloides. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters a year. The tree that multiplies itself. One specimen becomes a grove. The quaking aspen has a unique privacy strategy: clonal colonization. A single tree sends out shoots from its roots that grow into independent trees, forming natural groves over time. Instead of buying and planting dozens of trees, you plant a few and let nature multiply the screen. The white bark is distinctive and beautiful. The leaves tremble in the slightest breeze, creating constant movement and shimmer. The golden yellow autumn color is spectacular. In 5 to 10 years, a few trees can become a complete grove, providing total privacy without any additional planting. Growth between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. Clonal propagation by roots extends the screen laterally over time without the need for further planting. Where to plant it? For large natural spaces where you want to create a wild-looking screen. Control its spread in formal or small gardens. Note: root sprouts can be very aggressive, only recommended in large spaces where natural expansion is welcome. Let nature do the multiplying. Sometimes the most effective solution is the one that requires the least effort. Tree number 15. Norway spruce. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. The densest evergreen screen on the list. Drooping branches are a feature, not a defect. The Norway spruce creates privacy with its 60 to 90 centimeters annual growth and its characteristic drooping branches that form a dense, layered screen. This drooping branching habit, which might seem like a drawback, is actually its greatest asset for privacy. The density naturally extends to the ground. Many evergreens lose their lower branches as they mature, leaving gaps at the base. The Norway spruce retains these. Its dark green needles create a rich backdrop year-round. Its cold hardiness is exceptional. In northern regions where other evergreens struggle, the Norway spruce thrives. Growth: between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. Drooping branches maintain density down to the ground. Exceptional cold resistance. Where to plant it? For large properties in cold climates. Mature trees grow to a considerable size. Plant where there is room for growth. Do not prune the lower branches. Drooping branches are not a flaw. They are the reason why this screen is the densest on the list from the ground to the canopy. Herbalists, we've reached the last 5, and they're the most surprising. Number 18, with its spectacular silvery blue. Number 19, which isn't a tree, but creates the densest screen imaginable. And number 20, which is the ultimate choice when you want maximum privacy in minimal space. Trees 16 to 20. The most surprising ones. Tree number 16, Douglas fir. It grows between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. The king of perennials in Western climates. Multi-generational. The Douglas fir combines rapid growth with the classic evergreen form, growing 60 to 90 centimeters per year under suitable conditions and creating dense, pyramidal screens. In regions where it thrives, especially Northwest Europe and mountainous areas, it is among the best privacy trees available. The soft needles create a more refined appearance than some evergreens. The branching provides density without the rigid, formal look of some hedges. And its longevity is exceptional. These trees can live for centuries. A multi-generational privacy screen that your family will inherit in better condition than they found it. Growth: between 60 and 90 centimeters per year. The size at maturity is considerable. 12 to 24 meters depending on the variety. Longevity of centuries. Where to plant it? It thrives best in cool, humid climates. It struggles in hot, dry climates. In the right environment, it's the gold standard of perennials. The screen your children and grandchildren will inherit in better condition than they found it. Sometimes the best investment is a multi-generational one. Tree number 17, Sapphire Arizona Cypress. It grows between 90 centimeters and 1.2 meters per year. The privacy screen that people admire. Silvery blue color that looks like a Mediterranean garden. The Arizona Cypress Sapphire combines rapid growth, reaching between 30 and 40 feet per year, with silvery blue foliage that rivals any other ornamental tree. Its color is so distinctive that it becomes the visual focal point of the garden, while also serving as a screen. It's not just a green wall, it's a silvery backdrop that enhances the entire landscape. The density of branches and needles is excellent for privacy, creating a solid and beautiful screen. And it tolerates heat and drought better than almost any other tree on this list, making it ideal for Mediterranean climates where other evergreens struggle. Growth: between 90 centimeters and 1 meter 20 per year. Dense pyramidal shape. Exceptional resistance to heat and drought. Where to plant it? Ideal for dry, warm climates where other perennials struggle. Perfect for Mediterranean-style gardens. The ideal choice when you want privacy that also serves as an aesthetic focal point. Privacy that people admire rather than simply accept. The tree that transforms a functional screen into living architecture. Tree number 18, Wax Myrtle. It grows between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters a year. The fragrant hedge of the south and the coast. Where other trees suffer, the wax myrtle thrives. Wax myrtle is technically a large shrub or small tree, but for creating dense, fragrant privacy screens in southern and coastal climates, it is unrivaled. It grows between 30 inches and 50 feet a year, creating walls of dense, aromatic foliage. It thrives in sandy soil, tolerates salt spray, and withstands the intense heat that stresses many other plants. The waxy berries attract birds, adding to its value for wildlife. The scent released when the leaves are brushed or pruned is that of bay berries. It responds well to pruning. It can be maintained as a formal hedge or allowed to grow naturally as a screen. At maturity, 10 to 20 feet tall and wide, it is virtually impenetrable. Growth, between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters per year, reaches 3 to 5 meters, very tolerant of sandy soil, salt, and heat. Where to plant it? The best choice for coastal properties and southern climates where classic options don't perform well. Native plants often outperform exotic ones in adverse local conditions. The plant that proves that native species are often the best choice for difficult local conditions. Tree number 19, bunched bamboo, non-invasive varieties. It grows between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters a year. It's not a tree, but it creates the densest screen in existence, with an architecture that designers pay dearly for. I know what you're thinking. Bamboo isn't technically a tree, but for creating denser, faster privacy screens than almost any other option, clump varieties deserve serious consideration. The key is to choose clump varieties, not spread varieties. Fargesia and Bambusa varieties grow in compact clumps rather than spreading aggressively. The density is unmatched. Bamboo creates solid visual barriers with distinctive vertical lines that are both modern and natural. The evergreen foliage provides year-round coverage, and the sound of the leaves rustling in the wind creates a soothing ambience that also masks other noises. Growth, between 90 centimeters and 1.5 meters per year. New pipes reach full height in a single season. Once established, maintenance is minimal. Where to plant it? Only mass planting varieties, not spread varieties. Check that the chosen variety is suitable for the climate. Perfect for narrow areas along property lines. Note: never plant spreading varieties. Look specifically for Fargesia or Bambusa compacta. Invasive varieties are very difficult to eradicate once established. Tree number 20, Leland cypress, Italian columnar varieties. Grows between 90 centimeters and 1.2 meters per year. The perfection of privacy. Maximum height in minimum width, for spaces where nothing else fits. And here we are, tree number 20. Save for last because it represents the best a fast-growing privacy screen can offer. Columnar varieties of Leland cypress, especially the Italian cypress types, create living walls, narrow, tall, and with a density that seems almost impossible. They grow between 90 centimeters and 1.2 meters a year, maintaining a profile of only 3 to 4 meters wide at maturity, and reaching 12 to 18 meters in height. That's maximum privacy in the smallest possible space. In 2 or 3 years, you have an effective screen. The architecture they create, tall, narrow, and formal, adds aesthetic and property value. Growth, between 90 centimeters and 1.2 meters per year. Only 3 to 4 meters wide and 12 to 18 meters tall at maturity. Evergreen cover for 365 days. Where to plant it? Suitable for any plot size thanks to its narrow profile. Plant along property lines without encroaching on your own or your neighbor's space. The perfect choice when you want maximum privacy with minimal land use. The ultimate in privacy for the modern homeowner. Maximum height, minimum width, minimum time. The result everyone wants. You don't have to wait decades for privacy in your garden. You don't have to spend a fortune on fences that deteriorate. With the right species and strategic planting, you can have a living, dense, and beautiful screen in 2 or 3 years. A screen that grows taller, more beautiful, and more valuable each year. One that needs no painting or repairs. One that filters noise, wind, and prying eyes all at once. The secret to privacy in the garden isn't patience. It's choosing the right trees and planting them strategically. And now you have the information to do it. Herbalists, tell me in the comments which of these 20 you're going to plant and why. Are you on Team Evergreens for year-round privacy, Team Deciduous for seasonal beauty, or Team Exotics like bamboo or silver cypress for something truly special? I read every comment, without exception, and I learned so much from your experiences because every garden is different, and what works in one may not work the same in another. If this video has helped you see that you have better options than a fence, give it a like. Help more homeowners discover that natural privacy grows faster than they imagined. Until next time, herbalists.